Friday started with a moderate westerly, lots of cloud and the promise of rain and strong winds later in the day. First away on the White Group line was the SB3 fleet, which was sent east against the rapidly ebbing tide. Roller Track got a great start at the buoy and immediately jibed out towards the middle of the Solent. The rest of the fleet split, with some heading east along the island shore, while others headed towards the north shore. Having got clear air, Roller Track jibed and headed east in the middle of the course, where they found really good pressure to propel them at speed towards their first mark of Fastnet Insurance on the 18-mile course. Nick Phillips' Chaotic went into this race leading overall, and their second today kept them in the top position on this last day of racing for the class. Doolally was lying second overall, and although she scored her worst result of the week, a 7th, they retained the second podium position. Epitome scored 11th today, but took the third place on the podium, 1 point ahead of Oh No in 4th and SpongeBob in 5th. IRC Class 0 started on the committee boat line in the Western Solent today, in a solid breeze under overcast skies. The port end of the line was favoured, and most boats wanted the left side of the beat to get maximum boost from the tide on this first leg of their 26-mile course. The 5 boats were led around the course by the largest boat in the class, the Mini Maxi Jethu, although she later retired from this race. The 2 TP52s had a great battle around the course, with Charles Dunstan's Rio fighting to hold off Johnny Vincent's pace. These boats were always a great sight downwind in a breeze, and here they were storming up the Solent at 15 knots. Rio went on to win this race by 20 seconds on the water and a minute on corrected time. The Far 52 Bob was also flying in the lumpy conditions, but she wasn't able to match the pace of the more modern TPs. Bob finished 20 minutes behind pace and took third on handicap. The older 60-foot Venomous joined Jethu by retiring from the race. Rio leads the class overall from Bob with pace in third, with 1 race remaining. After the race, we spoke with Derek Saunders about his race on Venomous.
We've been racing in cars for the last 5 days. We've got a guest crew on all week, and we're in the Grand Prix class, so we are a little outclassed by the opposition, I'm afraid, but we've had a really good time. We think we've had on maybe 35 different people during the week, and everyone's had a good time.
The start of Class 1 was hotly contested, and a couple of boats were called over. Tokoloshi went back, but Incisor was scored OCS. Antelope was leading the class before today, but she was one of 4 boats that retired from this race. Her string of 4 firsts at the beginning of the week still sees her leading the class overall, 5 points clear of Tonnerre de Breskens. Tonnerre was flying today, and led the fleet around the course by a large margin. Upwind and down, she had the speed to stretch away from her challengers. By the finish, she had built a lead of 15 minutes from a second boat, Peter Rogers' Melgis 32 High Life. High Life enjoyed the conditions where her downwind speed helped her carve her way through the fleet. Tonnerre and High Life finished first and second on handicap, and third place was taken by the first 47.7 Mona. The Landmark 43 Wind Power took 4th on handicap, and the King 40 Tokoloshi recovered well from her premature start to take 5th, and now lies 3rd overall ahead of the final race. We spoke with the crew of Tonnerre de Breskens about their race.
Today we got a first. There was a lot of breeze today, so it really suited the boat, and it was a good day. So we won, and we lined second overall. So really enjoyed Cars Week. Could have done with some more wind throughout the whole regatta. It would have helped the results, but it's been good fun nonetheless.
The unmistakable Squibs, with their orange sails, have 18 boats racing here this week, a smaller fleet than usual. All week the fleet's been dominated by the youngest helmsman, the 14-year-old Fred Warren Smith, sailing Aquabat, with his father as crew. Going into this race, Aquabat had a 17-point lead from Polyphagus, with Incognito another 2 points behind. Today the Squibs had a 13-mile course in the eastern Solent in tough conditions. At the front of the fleet, Aquabat was having a really close tussle with Incognito as they beat back from a North Shore to Norris. On the next run, the two boats were still battling it out, almost side by side. But by the finish, Aquabat had broken clear and won by almost 2 minutes. Second was Crazy Diamond, which had passed Incognito and relegated her to third. After the race, we spoke to Fred about his racing.
It's been going quite well. We've got 4 firsts, a second and a sixth.
Does that mean you're doing well in the class?
I think so. We don't quite know if we've won the week yet. It depends on tomorrow, I think.
Did you do the last Cows Week?
Yeah, I did last year. And we came 4th overall because we had some unlucky days.
How's this one comparing to last year?
Good, because we've been a lot luckier, so it's working out well.
Today's award of the Carphone Warehouse Pick of the Day goes to the Laser SB3 roller track. They got a great start at the outer end of the line amongst a gaggle of other boats, then immediately jibed out, picked up good pressure and were gone. They quickly built a lead of several hundred metres on their nearest rivals and went on to win the race by nearly 4 minutes. So, for a great start, tactical decisions and boat handling, we're happy to give Roller Track the Carphone Warehouse Pick of the Day award. That's it from a penultimate day of Cows Week. Not all classes race on the final day, but we'll be out there again to bring you our final report from Cows Week 2010 tomorrow night. Join us then.